Ngayong araw na ito, may dalawang medyo nakakaistorbo na mga news articles na nakita natin on social media. Ang isa ay yung pag-aaresto ng isang tao na di umano'y nag-threaten sa ating Pangulo. Ang pangalawa ay yung news item na nagsasabi na ang palasyo daw ay nag-iisip na o kinokonsidera ang pagkakaso ng sedition at treason doon sa ilang mga former officials, former military officials or officers na sa rally noong September 21. So, sa ngayon ito lang po yung topic na mapapag-usapan natin in the limited time, pero magla-live pa po ako later on pagka on the way to my meeting. Kung kaya't pasensya na po, hindi ko po mapapaunlakan ang ibang mga katanungan na wala dun sa ating pinag-uusapan. Alright, sa Inquirer ngayong araw na ito, teka, ilagay natin dito sa screen Sa Inquirer ngayong araw na ito ay mayroong article na nagsasabi, October 7, tama ba tayo? Yesterday pala po, yesterday. Ayon dun sa headline, Palace Eyes Sedition, Treason Lapse versus People Behind Failed Coup Attempt. Okay, so take note of the words, sedition, treason, people behind failed coup attempts. Okay, palasyo talaga. Ang nagsasalita ay ang ating Palace press briefer, si Attorney Claire Castro. Sabi niya, we will study what exactly transpired in the event so that if there are people that need to be made accountable, then they should be charged. So ano yung sinasabi dito? Although the headline already says Palace Eyes Sedition, ang sinasabi ni Attorney Claire Castro, and to be fair to her, ay pinag-aaralan pa lang kung maaari silang to be made accountable. Ayon kay Castro, alam na daw ng Pangulo na there was a small group of people na nag-suggest na mag-withdraw ng support ang military. Okay? Yeah. So, a small group of people suggested that the military withdraw their support from their commander-in-chief. So, at the same time naman, sinabi ni General Browner na wala naman daw sumusunod sa military, at sinabi din ni Attorney Claire Castro that the public should not be worried about these destabilization attempts. Tapos tinalakay din na mayroon di umano na meeting between retired military officers and General Browner, at ang purpose lang daw ay to reiterate or confirm na ang military ay committed to the constitutional order. Kakaiba yung mga salitang ganyan. Alright. So the facts are these. Kita natin ng konti. The facts are these. A small group of people nanawagan doon sa military, hindi nanawagan, nag-suggest, kasi yun yung term na ginamit doon sa news accounts, suggested that the military withdraw support. Pero ang tinawag na sa kanila doon sa mga news items ay coup plotters. Okay, bakit mali yan? Unang-una, hindi pa natin alam kung mayroong tinatawag na coup. Okay. So how do you define it? Mayroon po kasing batas, nasa revised penal code na coup d'etat, a crime called coup d'etat. At mayroon dito na proposal to or conspiracy to commit coup d'etat. Ulitin po natin. So dahil sa dalawang pahayagan ngayon, ang nakasulat dun sa isang pahayagan nga ay the Palace Eyes Sedition, Treason Rapes versus People Behind Failed Coup Attempt. However, hindi po maliwanag exactly bakit sila tumitingin na dito. Unang-una, nakita natin na ang definition nila dun sa yung act na kinoconsider nila na isang krimen o possible crime ay when a small group of people suggested to the military to withdraw support from the commander-in-chief. Ito ba ay posibleng maging krimen? Ang sabi naman ni Attorney Claire Castro, Undersecretary Claire Castro, tinitignan pa nila, pinag-aaralan nila ang possibility nito. Ngunit, mixed messaging yung nandun sa Inquirer, kasi sinasabi din ng Inquirer na ito ay already pinag-aaralan yung pag-file ng reklamo. Ang tinitignan pa lang ngayon ay kung itong mga ginawa will constitute a crime. Ang crime na sinasabi nila dito ay supposedly coup d'etat. Ngunit ano ba ang coup d'etat? It is a sudden and violent attack. Okay? Yan yung definition. Hanapin natin. Alam ko nilabas ko na yung ano na yan. Ayan. Hi kay Mirabel Ular, kay Nine. Sabi ni Ma'am Nine, mga law bender yung mga yan, pagkukunwari lang yung pinag-aaralan. Sabi ni Pabibo, mga trolls ni Bonjing Tampi Romualdez at Litsa Frog, todo, manggulo sa mga pati pinklawan at dilawan, double time sa pag-asa, lalo na po si Boying Remulla. Okay, sige. Ito. Ang definition ng coup d'etat under Article 134A of the Revised Penal Code is a swift attack using violence, intimidation, threat, strategy, or stealth. Okay. So, kung may nagsuggest ng withdrawal of support, does that constitute a proposal or conspiracy to commit coup d'etat? Ang maliwanag na nakikita natin dito ay malaki yung possibility na walang finding na may krimen. Kasi, paano mo masasabi na there is a proposal to commit a coup kung may simple suggestion of withdrawal of support? Ang coup is a sudden, swift attack. Diba? Sudden, swift attack using violence, intimidation, threat, strategy, or stealth against the government, its military installations, or necessary public facilities. A withdrawal of support is necessarily public, so walang stealth or strategy. It is not using violence, it does not use intimidation, it does not use threat. So, yung sasabihin nila na pinag-aaralan nila itong possibility na pwede nilang kasuhan ng mga ganitong klaseng crimes doesn't appear like it's going to fly. Pero bakit nilalabas pa rin? O halimbawa, mayroong isang vlogger na di umano'y inaresto. Ito, inireport sa GMA7 na ang isang vlogger na nagngangalang Mike Romero ay, ayun, inaresto ng NBI. Isa siyang content creator. Nag-post siya ng larawan na may caption na headshot. At may araw na nakaturo mula sa salitang bogo papunta kay Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Pinalitan later on ni Romero yung caption pero hindi pa rin binago ang larawan. So anong ibig sabihin ng salitang bogo? Maps. Para dun sa mga anong ibig sabihin ng salitang bogo? It means, well, from what I understand, it means somebody who is unintelligent. So, ito ba ay ang sabi ng mga umaresto, ang NBI, is that there is a threat to harm the president. Kasi may araw, tapos sinabi bogo. But bogo means stupid or walang alam. Diba? Tama. Maraming salamat kay Ma'am Marites, kay Ma'am Emma, kay Tiramisu Cake, at kay Lucky Kitty Cat. Yes, exactly. It means bobo. But so what is the crime? Hindi sinasabi ng mga NBI. Ang sinabi lang ay inaresto dahil walang dahilan. Dahil nga dun sa kanyang pinost. Yung content creator na nagngangalang Mike ay pinick up nga ng NBI at for that hindi nakalagay dun sa news item kung ano yung charge at kung ano yung possible crime. So bakit dapat nababahala tayo dito sa dalawang pangyayari? Hindi nga, I would not advise anybody to post that way. Hindi ko inaabisuhan ang kahit sino at hindi natin ini-encourage yung mga ganyan. Gayon pa man, naiintindihan natin ang bugso ng damdamin ng maraming tao, lalong-lalo na kung ating Pangulo, leader ng ating bayan, pinuno at tumitindig bilang ama ng ating bayan, ay gumagawa ng mga bagay na parang hindi nga parang hindi natin nakikita na karapat-dapat or hindi natin nakikita yung wisdom ng kanyang ginagawa. So, ano yung iba pang pwede nilang ikaso? Ito ay maaaring sabihin nila na inciting to sedition. Pero sige, ano ba ang sedition? Kasi yung inciting, of course, yung paghihikayat. Posibleng pumasok yan doon sa tinatawag natin na scurrilous libels. So, ano yung ibig sabihin ng scurrilous libels? Ito ay yung malisyoso at false. Okay? Kasi ang libel, usually, hindi yan totoo. Pero ito, yung parang insulto na napaka-grabe na nagiging malicious at defamatory na siya. So, at pag ginagawa mo yan sa isang opisyal, para ka na ring naghihikayat ng kanyang pagtatanggal or inaantala ang kanyang paggagawa ng mandato. So, ito ba ay maaaring i-consider na inciting to sedition? Ito yung problema. Kasi sa sedition, kailangan tumultuous, violent. So, may explanation ba? Mayroon bang pagpapakita ng violent na uprising or anything like that? Kailangan kaakibat yon para matanggal yung or hindi magawa ng isang opisyal ang kanyang trabaho. So, mayroon po bang ganon? Again, we will have to do sedition. Yeah. We will have to seek the guidance of the Supreme Court. So, ano yung guidance na nakikita natin? Sinasabi parating ng Korte Suprema, hey Bart, sinasabi parating ng Korte Suprema na mayroon tayong karapatan magsalita at magpahayag. Kaya yun ang una at dapat nananaig na rule. The right to speak out publicly, particularly on matters of grave concern. Sabi ng public interest, sabi ng Korte Suprema ay isang karapatan na dapat pinoprotektahan. Mayroong bang mga instances na hindi na protektado yung iyong speech? Oo, kapag libel na nga. So, ang scurrilous libel ba ay yung pagtatawag na BOGO ang ating Pangulo? Would that constitute a scurrilous libel? Kung ito ay may malis at patungo doon sa kanyang pagpapatanggal or mayroong public uprising. Kailangan you're encouraging other people to commit sedition. Sedition is a crime involving a public uprising to prevent the execution of laws, elections, or to attack public officials. Again, dahil nga ang ating Korte Suprema ay killing towards the protection of our right to free speech, hindi po likely yan. But merong dahilan kung bakit nilalabas ang mga incidents na ganito at nagpapahiwatig na ito ay paparusahan kahit pumalayo pa or hindi likely na ma-convict ang mga ito. So, bakit nilalabas yan? Ito ang ginagawa nilang at tinatawag nilang chilling effect. Kung sa tingin kumbaga nire-remind ng administrasyon na ayan, baka pa-pick up ka namin sa NBI kung ikaw ay magpo-post ng katulad ng ginawa nitong isang vlogger na ito. Or maaari ka ring maimbestigahan doon for suggesting that the military withdraw support. Sabi ni Coach Potato, di yung headshot na caption ang threat? Well, what is the ordinary meaning of the term headshot? There are two. One is a criminal offense and the other is not. A headshot is used in photography to indicate that the subject is only showing the upper portion of the body, particularly from the neck up. Okay? Diba? So, it will be up to the prosecution and particularly law enforcement agents to prove that this was really an attempt to threaten or is showing a violent act made towards the president. Remember that the burden of proof is on the accuser, on the prosecution. Okay. So, yes, alam ko na may mga sinabi si Kong Kiko Barsaga ngayong araw na ito. Mayroon yata siyang gustong ihain na complaint for impeachment. Titignan pa po natin yung mga yung mga detalye ng mga yan. So, hindi ko pa nakita yung kopya ng complaint na gusto niyang i-file. So, right now we will not be able to make any kind of comment on the complaint itself, on ano yung mga grounds na nilalabas niya. Sabi ni Pabibo, kung sinabi mala Charlie Kirk, yes, ibang usapan na yan. Mas madali patunayan ng prosecution that there is an intention to commit or to speak about. Kasi 'di ba ano yung libel or ano yung threat? Kailangan may salita at may intent. So kung yung salita malinaw na you are pertaining to a violent act, definitely iimbestigahan kayo at titignan kung mayroong pong mali siya niyan. Sabi ni Cosette, pag nag-comment lang sa post na yun, damay ba? Well, it depends kung ano yung comment nyo. Kung naghihikayat kayo o nag-encourage kayo ng acts of violence, then definitely iimbestigahan din po kayo. I am not saying na pa-prosecute kayo or definitely mako-convict kayo because I don't know what you're going to say. But if it is towards the encouragement of the commission of acts of violence, definitely iimbestigahan kayo. Huwag niyong pagalitan si Jake. Sino ba yung nagtanong tungkol sa headshot? Okay lang yon. Ngayon, Jake, the reason na papagalitan ka is because you are flooding. Also, sinabi natin na only related topics today, pero mamaya pwede kong sagutin yan kasi mahaba ang explanation. Ang tanong kasi ni Jake is, makakalabas pa ba si Tatay Digong at saka si Pastor Kibuloy? Bakit mo naman iisipin na hindi? Hindi naman convicted yung dalawa. Diba? So that is the short answer. Sorry, wala talaga yung glasses ko, hindi ko mahanap. So ito ang importante na take away natin ngayong araw na ito. Maraming mga law enforcers who will want to investigate what we are posting. Yan ang message na pinapakita. At sa tingin ko, hindi naman malayo na tularan ng ating Pangulo ang kanyang ama at gawing mas mahigpit ang democratic space natin. Paliliitin yan. Umiikli na po ang pasensya nila sa mga sinasabi natin sa social media. Hindi ko sinasabi na mako-convict, pero malaki yung chilling effect na pinapakita ng mga NBI o sinasabi ni Attorney Claire Castro na iimbestigahan ang mga tao who say certain things. O nga pala, sabi ni James Pat, kaway-kaway sa mga nagmamatsyag na NBI sa tabi-tabi, kaya be careful what you say or post. Yun na nga yung problema. When people start telling each other to be careful what you post, ibig sabihin yan, mayroon na talagang encroachment into the democratic space. Kasi kung maliwanag naman na krimen yung sinasabi, there is no question na kahit tayo sasabihin natin, because you said this, that's the reason why you were investigated and why charges are filed against you. Pero pag nakikita naman natin na malaki yung chance na covered pa siya by the freedom of speech, which is a higher right, which is a guaranteed right, then ang ibig sabihin ng ganitong sunod-sunod na mga articles is that they are warning us. They are trying to get us to stop. And when we second guess ourselves, marami sa atin hindi na magsasalita at di na magpo-post. Sabi ni Ma'am Elma, sus, mas kriminal ang ginawa nilang pagnanakaw, daming namamatay sa flood control. May punto naman po kayo dyan, Ma'am. Agree din naman ako. But I still want everybody to have a heads up, ha? Pero tama kayo, kakainis nga di ba? They're going after the crimes pag sila yung naapektuhan. Pero pag ang publiko, parang ang bagal. Sabi ni Tiramisu Cake, Bisaya are smart people, creative in thoughts, in words, di takot ilabas ang saloobin. What's in their mind, di takot isiwala, matapang ang mga Bisaya. I agree, matapang ang mga Bisaya. Pero kasi po, sir, Tagalog ako. Pero masasabi ko, na descended ako ng mga warriors, mga guerrero. My great-grandfather on my maternal side fought in the Philippine-American War. My maternal grandfather fought in World War II. My father was also a Philippine scout and a veteran of World War II and joined the Philippine military until he retired in 1975. So, ang tingin ko, dito sa Pilipinas, there is no shortage of smart, creative people. Believe din naman ako because iba-iba yung creativity in various places in the Philippines. And I have been all over because of my work in the NCCA. Ang hinihiling ko na lang, but yes, I want to celebrate yung exemplification ng mga Bisaya sa kanilang tapang at sa kanilang paninindigan. Shout out dyan sa mga Cebuano, lalo-lalo na. Di lang po kayo survivors, pero mandirigma. Sabi ni Brian, nawawalan kami ng pag-asa, parang walang nangyayari. Anong walang nangyayari? Hindi ba sinestep up nga ng gobyerno yung pag-o-oppress sa atin? Ito na nga yung tinatawag natin na hamon ng kasaysayan. Ito yung mga pagkakataon na nakikita natin na this is the time when you are called upon to fight for your country. Bakit sasabihin mo na mawawalan ka ng pag-asa? Ito nga, the opportunity to fight for your country is presenting itself. Tapos sasabihin mo mawawalan ka ng pag-asa, you make our hope. You make the hope. Bakit sasabihin yung nawawalan ka ng pag-asa? Talo na ba tayo? Hindi pa nga tayo lumalaban ng lubos? Sabi ni Ray, pag nag-comment ako ng mura kay BBM pertaining sa mali niyang gawa, puntahan na ba ako ng NBI? Depende kung ano po yung mura. Huwag po kayong magtatanong sa akin ng generic kasi it will always depend on what you say. Pero kung PI ang gagamitin nyo, sinabi na ng Korte Suprema, yan po ay hindi considered defamatory. Hi, kay Gising na Pilipinas. Yes, may pag-asa. It is exposing who they are. Salamat. Tama yan. Hi, kay Kikay ako. Sabi ni Ma'am Gracia, onion skin kasi si Bonget and friends. Well, sensitive pag sila yung pinag-uusapan, pero ubod naman ng lakas ng loob pagdating sa paggagawa ng mga things that to us appear not exactly legal. No, sabi ni Ma'am Cosette, is asking for resignation. inciting and libelous? No, it is not. Because what is a resignation? A resignation will still require the approval of the person making the resignation. Yung pagkukusang loob niya. Diba? Kasi when you file a resignation, you are the one claiming it. It is your act. But when you ask a person, you are joining your will with his. Mag-resign ka na. And that person can say yes or that person can say no. If there is a choice, there is no coercion. So there is no force, no public uprising, no intimidation, and no threats. If no threats and no imminent violence is evident, then that is neither inciting nor actual sedition. What if po lahat ng ayaw kay BBM mag-profile picture sa FB or any social media nung may post-resign as a sign po ng peaceful rally? What are you asking? Are you asking me if that is legal or if you can do that? I see nothing illegal with that. Okay? Pero, well, go ahead. I don't see anything illegal in it. Sabi ni Ma'am Lourdes, huwag matakot ipaglaban ang karapatan at ang tama. Huwag hayaang gawing tayong bingi, pipi at bulag. At yes, huwag tayong magpa-oppress. Sabi ni Aris, mag-resign ka na, PI mo. Ako, I would frame it na, sir, siguro dapat mag-resign ka na. PI talaga. Sabi ni Dave, yung mga ginagawa po kasi ng admin, hindi po mapabor sa mga tao. I agree. At hindi po masama na i-criticize ang gobyerno. Karapatan at obligasyon natin bilang mga mamamayan to safeguard even the safety of our fellow citizens. To safeguard pati yung pera na binabayad natin bilang buwis. Hindi po enough na alam natin na mali. We have to call them out. Kasi magbabago ba ang gobyerno kung hindi natin babanggitin? Sabi ni Ian, nawawala na din po ako ng pag-asa. But pag pinapanood ko yung mga luminous videos plus yung faith ko na may checkmate move na gagawin si VP, eventually, nabubuhayan ako. Para sa akin, as long as magkakasama pa rin tayo, as long as we can stand together, may pag-asa. Because I know we outnumber them. Mawawalan lang tayo ng kasama if we all lose hope. And hope is one of our biggest weapons. Is knowing that we can do the right thing, that we will prevail because it is the will of the people that moves government and not the other way around. O, diba? So, when times are dark, that's when one small candle shines the brightest, which is why we should never stop giving hope to our countrymen. We should never stop giving hope to each other that we can change this country, that we can even change ourselves for the better. Oh, please, paulit-ulit na yan. I'm afraid I have to, not disagree. Tama naman si Shaq. Sabi ni Shaq, there is no hope kung hanggang dakdak lang tayo, we need to stand and face the evils. Yes, pero wag mo naman insultuhin yung mga tao who cannot make it or who cannot go. Siguro, we should be more encouraging and tell everybody, look, if you want change, the formula is simple. Come and join stand up and be counted. Go to the rallies, di ba? Sabi ni Ako Budo, yung mga kanta ng mga artist na tumutulig sa gobyerno, pwede bang makasuhan? It depends kung anong sinabi kasi it will really, titignan po ang mga salitang yon. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, kung tumutulig sa, malay ko ba, tumulig sa is a conclusion. So it will depend ano eksakto yung sinabi. Paano po pag na-impeach si Sara? Bakit? Nag-umpisa na ba? Hindi pa natin alam na mangyayari yon. Hindi natin alam na gagawin nila yon. Handa pa rin tayo, pero bakit nag-worry ka about an impeachment? Si VP Inday nga mismo, hindi siya worried. Hindi ko rin nagigets yung mga tao na ang aga-aga pa lang, nag-aalala na. Look, VP Sara just survived an impeachment attempt. And in fact, dahil sobrang galing ng pagka-defend at dahil sobrang palpak siguro yung ginawa din dun sa House, hindi siya impeached. You cannot say that VP, Vice President Inday Sara, is the first VP to be impeached. Hindi, kasi pinawalang bisa, pinabulaanan, erase lahat. Sabi ng Korte Suprema, hindi siya na-impeach. Kung matuloy impeachment ni BBM, how long would we wait? Hi, it depends. Okay? So when you ask questions, you're going to have to give me details. Kasi pag sinabi nyo, ganong katagal ang impeachment, I could give you a time period. Oh, I don't know, anytime between 6 months and a year. Maybe less, maybe 3 months to 1 year. The longest recently was about 6 months, Justice Corona. So, it will depend. O, unang-una, mag-file ng complaint. Ilan ba ang mag-i-endorso? Kung maka one-third, mas mabilis. Kung hindi, pupuntayan sa Committee on Justice. Ayan, sa Committee on Justice, hindi mo mapapredict kasi it will depend kung ilan yung mga witness na kikwestiyonin ng Committee on Justice. So again, hindi natin masasabi yan. But a good estimate is about 3 months to 6 months. Could be more, could be less. Sabi ni Bri, bakit po nila sisilipin ang SAL and VP? Because they're on a fishing expedition. Naghahanap sila ng possible na mababatikos o possible na pagtatago ng acts that might be construed or could be interpreted as a crime. In short, wala silang ebidensya for any other crime. So, silip-salin at tignan nila kung ano ang pwedeng magawang kwento doon. Sabi ni Teramisu, but for sure, if dyan kami, kahit ilang araw pa yan, I can guarantee nakikisama din ako dyan sa rally. Wala akong kaduda-duda na marami sa mga OFWs ay kung nandito lang sa Pilipinas, sasama at sasama. Sabi ni Bibi Boy, is health condition not one of the qualifiers for ombudsman or any position in government? He looks sick pero mukhang tinatago lang. Yes, that certainly is a question that could be posited before the Judicial and Bar Council. But to be fair to the JBC, they gave an opportunity for us to give our opinions, di ba? I hope that you did. Sabi ni Peachness, mag-aalala ka talaga kung ang namumuno ay pag-addict yung namumuno. Katulad din yan sa pamilya na may isang addict, di kayo mapalagay pag ganon. Oo. Sabi ni Ma'am Maria, can we be more positive thinking? The mind is the battleground. So if negative agad, highs. Oo. So please, wag pong mag-all caps at saka please complete your thought. Hindi pwedeng sabihin mo lang, magsasaka at mga biktima ng mga lindol at baha. That's not a sentence. Nag-identify lang po kayo ng mga tao without telling us anything. So, anong balita sa interim release, sabi ni Kay? Ma'am, pag may balita, I assure you mauunahan ko kayo, hindi na kayo mag-ask. So wala pa akong balita. Sabi ni Mirabel, bakit wala pong nag-file ng TRO kay Boying? Ang iti-TRO yung JBC, hindi pwede. Kasi hindi pa na-exercise yung discretion pagka ganun. Maaari pong mag-file ng petition for co-warranto with a prayer for temporary restraining order na hindi pa muna siya umupo. Ngayon lang po kasi naging ripe yan. Nung hindi pa po siya naitatalaga, wala pang kaso na maifa-file. Sabi ni Ma'am Gracie, bakit pag sinabing addict, di naman sila na-offend? Pag sinabi na bobo, sila nag-react. Also a good point, ma'am. Di ko alam. Hindi ko nakita, Chris, kung ano yung first part ng ano nyo. Better to make it a complete thought in one sentence kasi hindi ko makikita. Ayun, tama. Ito, maganda to. Sabi ni ano. Ay, nawala. Yung gusto kong na. Sabi ni Abu, last 2 questions na po tayo dahil may meeting ako ng 8 o'clock. Sabi niya, help me understand something. Di ba ang head ng JBC na pipili ng shortlist ang CJ? Paano niya papayagan ang isang aplikante na may kaso at questionable ang clearance? Kakasabi mo lang head, which means he's only one person. So he could vote no, but if others voted yes, anong magagawa niya? So, questionable ang clearance. As far as they are concerned, may clearance. All they have to do is look kung may clearance. Is it the job of the JBC to question the validity of that clearance? No, because the presumption is it is real. It is regular. It was issued legally. Burden nung taong nagsasabi na walang clearance o mali yung clearance o illegal ang clearance, napatunayan yon, which means that should be questioned before the courts. Tapos thereafter, ngayon, na-appoint na nga, and one of the ways to remove him is co-warranto, questioning by what authority mismo at pumayag ang sumin. Ano pa, ikot-ikot lang, nakakawalang tiwala ang court. Teka muna, kung hindi mo naiintindihan, tapos sasabihin mong nawawalan ka ng tiwala, fair ba yon? Di ba dapat intindihin niyo muna bago mo masabi na wala kang tiwala? Unang-una, yun na nga, I told you. Sabi ni Sec Boying, may sinubmit siya na clearance. As far as the JBC is concerned, that clearance is legal. Kung tayo nagdududa sa clearance na yon, kung si Sen Aimee nagdududa sa clearance na yon, she should file a case. Okay? Pero hindi pa siya pwedeng mag-file nung naandun pa sa JBC kasi hindi pa nga lumalabas yung pagpili. Okay? Bukod pa dyan, kung nasa shortlist lang, pero hindi naman inappoint ng presidente, walang damage. So, anong ifa-file mo na kaso? You want to prevent him from being appointed. If he is not appointed, what will be your case? So you cannot file before the appointment. Now that he is appointed, that is when you can question because the damage is there. So tell me what part of that is not clear. Alam ko nagagalit kayo, pero huwag kayong magalit. Magalit kayo dun sa tamang mga bagay. Unang-una, yung gross disrespect ng presidente na appointing a person na halatang binraso yung kanyang clearance. And wag tayong maglokohan. Yung brasuhan na yan was quite possibly made with his full knowledge. Maglalakas loob ba ang ang ombudsman kung ganon? So, yun yung sinasabi ko eh. Don't waste your energy getting angry at the wrong things. Don't waste your energy na hindi mo naiintindihan tapos magagalit ka sa wrong body. Okay? Kasi hindi mo pwedeng mag-grave abuse of discretion ang JBC. They only make a short list. It is the president who appoints. Can the ombudsman prosecute VP Sara based on the unconstitutional impeachment issues? Bakit siya? Yung unconstitutional impeachment issues were done by the House. So bakit si VP Inday ang ipoprosecute? Hindi naman siya ang nag-file ng impeachment complaint. Hindi naman siya yung nagmadali. Hindi naman siya yung nag-railroad through the House. But no, the House proceedings are hindi naman krimen yung ginawa nila. Ang sinasabi ng Korte Suprema is they misinterpreted the law. They forgot to input the due process. And last question, kasi alis na ako, but I will be live siguro sa kotse. Used to work for a cocaine-dependent person. I was one of his corporate heads. I was his number 3. Hindi ko kinaya ang tantrums at pag-wild pag bumababa na ang AMATs. I resigned after 8 months. Holy cow. I feel for you. Grabe, that must have been horrible. Sabi ni Dino, bakit iimbestigahan si Boying ang SALE ni VP? Hindi naman sila pwede kasuhan nito dahil impeachable officer si VP. Yun na nga yung problema sa saligang batas. And one of the reasons, one of the things that we should clarify, pwede namang hindi amend yung Constitution, the Supreme Court will interpret it, no? Normally, pag impeachable ka, immune ka, like the President. Pero hindi maliwanag ang saligang batas, not just with the Vice President, but with the other heads of the constitutional bodies. So the VP will remain VP even if she is subjected to a criminal case. Pwede kang impeachable to remove you, but there is no immunity to file suit against you. Those are two different things. Sabi ni Ma'am Francisca, bantayan natin si Boying, pag nagkamali, impeach natin para matapos na political career niya. Actually, tingin ko tapos na yung political career niya the moment mag-iba ang presidente. Yeah. Thank you kay Sir Pompoco. Sabi ni Killer Big, parang nako si Remulla. Go. Sabi ni Chris, pwede bang wag all caps? Ang presidente po talaga ang punot dulo ng kaguluhan. Ako, I agree. You are responsible for the acts of the people under you. So we must have strong presidents. Strong doesn't mean maangas or anything like that, but somebody who can stand up against his own people. Sabi ni Coco Quest, tough times never last, but tough people do. Thank you for that. That's a good reminder. No. Ombudsman has no right to prosecute. They can only investigate. Ang ending prosecutors, the judicial, the Court of Justice. Parang mali. Yes, the ombudsman does prosecute. It investigates, and it also prosecutes. Parang piskal yan. Sabi ni Daniel, whatever your legal opinion is, Remulla will bend the law just to pin down and DQ the vice president. But that doesn't mean, just because we know what he's going to try to do, doesn't mean we have to lie down and give up. We fight. Kasi otherwise, anong karapatan natin magsabi ng mali siya kung hindi natin tutuligsain, kung hindi natin i-oppose. Ganito yan eh. Nag-file siya ng kaso, sabihin ni VP, hindi prosecute nilang naman ako, higa na lang ako dito. Pag sumuko ka, wala kang karapatan na magreklamo na sa kanila. Pumayag ka eh. So you have to fight. Fight it all the way. Otherwise, our descendants will say, wala naman kayong ginawa. Inapi na nga kayo't lahat. Wala naman kayong ginawa. You didn't fight. You didn't oppose it. You didn't even speak out. So anong karapatan natin na mag-expect na umigi, gumanda, gumaan ang buhay natin kung hindi tayo mag-ano, kung ganyan ang ating sasabihin. Gagawin naman na, si Boying ng ombudsman, ang gagawin niya, ganito, wala na, gagawin niya, ito, ganito. Yung mga gusto lang naman nilang mga nanaig Tapos hindi tayo lalaban. Ang kapal ng mukha natin, ano yung gagawin natin, di ba? Mag-i-expect tayo ng good things when we don't stand up and fight for it. Sabi ni Carlos, pero nakakapagtaka, what's in it for Remulla allowing himself to be used? Oh my goodness, sir, that's a lot of power there. This person is a member of a political dynasty. So pag kinakasuhan yung mga family members niya, merong already added benefit siya, di ba? Oh. This guy is also, he also has other affiliations and associations. But think of the amount of influence peddling you could possibly do. There's so many benefits. This is my point. This is a powerful position. You hold the power over whether a person faces the Sandigan Bayan or not. Sabi ni Ma'am Sara, if we will not challenge corruption, we will also be accountable. Parang conspiracy, di ba? Pumayag tayo. Sabi, ito na naman. Alam mo, Silver Bullet, you're just here to try to make people lose hope eh. So the question is, may laban ba? All the powers with them eh, di ba? Ano? Sino may sabi? As long as may saligang batas. And aminin niyo, although hindi tayo agree all the time with the Supreme Court, they have made some pretty fair decisions. Hindi ba sila yung nag-absuelto kay Inday? Hindi ba sila yung nagsabi, oy House, bakit ganito yung ginawa ninyo? Itinabi ninyo, yung isinantabi ninyo, yung mga weak complaints and all that para makapag, yung kanilang pagmamaniobra ng reklamo dun sa House. Nakita ng Korte Suprema yan. There are other decisions. Some decisions are still pending. Pero may laban tayo sa Korte Suprema. Sino may sabi that all the power is with them? Ikaw lang. Nai-intimidate ka kagad. Hindi ganyan. Kung gusto mong ipaglaban ang karapatan mo, hindi yung at the first instance intimidated ka na. Tapos ng boxing, kumbaga dun pa lang sa pag-weighing in, talo ka na. All the power is with them eh. So, wala kang strategy, wala kang strategic thinking, wala kang tactics. Vietnam, okay? Vietnam went up against the United States, one of the most successful armies at the time, in the 1960s and in the 1970s. Sinong nanalo? This is the first time that a superpower lost to a third world country. Vietnam versus the United States. Sinong nanalo? Do you remember? Sino yung umalis ng luhaan? Sino yung umuwi ng luhaan? Hindi ba yung US? They tried to sweep that under the rug, but the fact is, if you study US history, you will find that they had lost. And they lost big time. The Soviet Union, di ba natalo din sila sa Afghanistan? All the power was there. They had all the weapons. They had all the power. David and Goliath. Yung height, weight, yung pagiging mandirigma, Goliath was considered undefeatable. Sinong nanalo doon? So, I don't believe in that. Sasabihan niyo ako na they have all the power. I don't agree. Because that's where you find out where the good lawyers are. Kahit yung kay VP Inday, because there's so much discretion given to the House of Representatives, nahanap at nahanap yung mali na ginawa ng Congress. And the mistake has massive repercussions. So no. Yung sasabihin mo may laban ba? Ikaw lang ang magsasabi nun. May laban tayo kung lalaban tayo. Pero kung hindi tayo lalaban, declare na natin na panalo sila ngayon pa lang. Oh, sabi ni Illuminate, pati daw ang US, sa Afghanistan, talo din. Okay, so punta muna ako sa meeting ko. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng sumubaybay. Salamat kay Sir Ken. Sabi niya, our country has been abused for 3 years. Ngayon po ba tayo panghihinaan kung kailan hayag na ang mga ebidensya ng mga pang-abuso? Laban kung laban. Here's my share since hindi ako nakabot last time sa pakulay. Thank you, Sir Ken. Nasaan na yung isa? Sino yung isang nagpadala? Sorry, nawala. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng nagpapadala dito sa ating sa ating super chat and super sticker. Thank you very much, Sir Ken. Meron pang isang nagpadala, hindi ko na naabutan. Ay, maraming salamat po. So, see you soon in maybe a few minutes, hopefully. So, thank you very much. We'll see you again later. Oy, maraming salamat din po dun sa sa TikTok. So, lahat ng mga gifters natin, and yes, even those, yung mga nagtatanong, ang gaganda naman ng mga katanungan ninyo, maraming salamat din sa mga napakatalinong mga komento na natututo tayong lahat. So, thank you very much.